Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome to FaerieQuest and another episode of Faerie Scrabble. We are going to choose from our Scrabble bag here randomly 8 letters. And as always, this is a timeless reading. All I am doing with this is making sure that you spot certain words, and those words may have meaning to you. I will give maybe a few suggestions for these words that come up in the Scrabble letters, but if you see words, be certain that they are actually for you, coming from perhaps your spirit guides, coming from angels, coming from past loved ones, coming from fairies. Could be pretty much anything that you resonate with. So let's get these letters pulled. We have an O. We have a W. We have a C. We have an S. We have a V. We have an N. We have an A. We have an F. So there we have our 8 letters. And the first thing that I saw when we were doing this was the word cow or cows. And perhaps this is someone who raises cows, somebody who lives on a farm, has a cow or cows. Maybe it is about milking cows. Maybe it is about the milk from the cows. There could be a lot of possibilities on that one. I also right away saw the word fan. Now this could be someone who is a fan of someone, meaning someone who is very into something that someone else does. Could be fan of a singer, could be fan of a sports player, could be any kind of fan. And also it could be a fan that blows on you. Perhaps you are looking for one of those. Maybe the fan, if you have one in your ceiling, like a ceiling fan, is not functioning properly, or maybe you've been thinking about putting one in and you're being told that others are aware of that. And then we have the word nova, like a supernova. Maybe you are somebody who watches the stars. Maybe you've been hearing about some kind of supernova in the news. Maybe you have ancestors from the stars. Maybe you're an Atlantean or Pleiadian, or I really don't know all of them, but maybe you're one of those and these are your ancestors coming through, or your relatives. Then if we flip that around, we have Avon. Maybe you knew somebody, a past loved one, who sold Avon for a living or just as a hobby. Maybe this is somebody saying that if you need a little extra money, you could maybe sell Avon on the side. Maybe you have an Avon collection. And then we're going back to apparently the farm animals because we have the word sow. And that is a very large female pig. So if you have one of those, I am not a fan. I used to have a lot of them. Somebody actually had a whole bunch of them on my farm. They leased out an area of my farm, and they smelled so bad, and I just am not a fan. So anyway, there might be something special about that sow for you. And then we have, I had a word here. I did. We have the word caw. And that is a sound put into words that a crow would make, is a caw. So if you've had maybe a lot of crows around you, crows are extremely intelligent. They do remember people. They remember faces, actually. And maybe you have an ancestor that's coming back to you as a crow. Maybe you have a familiar that's a crow, or a crow is your totem animal. Might be something to look up if you've been seeing a lot of them. And then we have the word sofa. Are you perhaps planning to get a new sofa, or did you get a new sofa? Are you considering trading in your sofa because you ended up with getting a new one? You don't really care for it, so you might want to trade it in. Perhaps you have past loved ones who are enjoying your sofa now that they know that you have gotten a new one. This is a tough set of letters. Not that this is really going to help, I don't think, but we will give it a shot. So we have the word was. This is perhaps somebody sharing with you that the word was means past tense. This is not something that you have any control over any longer. It was. It happened. It did. It was. But now you have no power over that. The only thing that you have power over is to forgive if it was something that was hurtful that took place, or to perhaps let go, just try to move on and forget about perhaps a bad situation that took place. And again, that comes back to forgiving. And forgiving does not mean that you're excusing someone for what they've done. You're just forgiving so that you can move on. But remember, was is just a past thing. You have no control over it. You need to let it go. And then we have the word saw. So maybe there's something that you need to build, something that requires using the tool a saw. Maybe you saw something that you would like to share, or perhaps one of your past loved ones, or your angels or spirit guides or fairies. Maybe you saw one of them and you're not absolutely sure that that's what you saw. This is letting you know that yes, it was. Then we have the word van. Are you considering getting a van, or do you have a van that needs some work? Do you have a van that you're in the process of fixing up? Really awesome. Then I see the word can or cans. You can always put that S in there. Maybe this is talking about the toilet, the can. Maybe you're doing something with your bathroom. It could be about cans, stocking cans perhaps, or putting cans in the recycle bin. Someone telling you you can do something. Someone from beyond the veil. Maybe you've been asking a question, can I or should I? And they're saying you can. Maybe you've been waiting for that answer. Then we have the word swan. And obviously that's a beautiful bird. This again might be someone's totem animal. If it's something that you have seen that you're not accustomed to seeing, you need to look up what that means. what a swan means as a totem animal because they have a lot of insight to share with you. Maybe you own a farm and you're considering adding swans to your farm animals, or you just like the look of the swans and you would like to have beautiful swans to look at on a regular basis. Then we have the word. Seems we're having a good number of animals today. So we have the word fawn, which is a deer, a baby deer with spots. Still has spots, at least a few. They're called fawns, and they are the most adorable, adorable creatures that were ever placed on this earth. Maybe you've been seeing some. It's getting to be that time of year where it's extremely cold and they may be coming to towns to see if they can scrounge for some food. Maybe you have fed a baby fawn or raising a fawn. Maybe you have a collection of deer figurines or are considering purchasing a fawn for someone, meaning a figurine, for someone for the upcoming Christmas holiday. And then we have the word wan, which means you're feeling or you're looking a little peaked, tired, very wan, pale perhaps. Maybe you're not feeling quite yourself. Maybe there's something on your mind that just makes you feel a little off every time you think about it. These are your guides and your past loved ones and the fairies and the angels letting you know that they are with you on this and they know what's going on. We have the word scan. Has someone recently had some kind of a medical scan or a scan through an airport, or having just gotten a scanner, perhaps? Scanning a picture, something like that. Then we have the word own. Oops. Maybe you're considering purchasing something and debating on whether you want to own such a thing or not. Maybe this is a home, or you're thinking about a horse or a new car. Could be pretty much anything. And if you're hearing a very odd noise, that is my chihuahua snoring. Maybe this is your answer to the question of, should you buy something if you've been thinking about that kind of thing. Then we have the word now, which interestingly came out of own. This could be telling you to try living in the now, not in the past. The now is this moment, this very moment, and it is what you, I'm not going to say have control of, but it is what you can work with versus the past and the future. You really can't do anything about those things. Maybe this is something that you've been putting off and someone's saying that you need to do it now. Then we have the word snow. This is a word that my husband and I have been actually trying to avoid saying because it's very cold out right now and wind seems to be a real big thing here in Iowa. So we know that snow isn't too far away, and this is perhaps a warning from those that can see from beyond saying, hey, there's going to be snow very soon. Be prepared. We have the word one. Did you win something recently? Someone must have. So if this word is for you, congratulations. I'm getting something about having won some kind of a battle. Maybe it was a medical situation or a court situation that you've won. Could be something as simple as scratch tickets. Then we have the word vow. Maybe you're writing wedding vows, or you've just said your wedding vows. Or perhaps with the new year coming up, you're making a vow for yourself for the year 2022. Maybe this is something that you're actually thinking about at this time. We have the word sun. Perhaps someone is expecting a child and they know that it's a boy. Or maybe this is someone who is expecting to see their son on the upcoming holidays. Here in the States, it would be Thanksgiving and Christmas. Maybe this is a son that is coming back from somewhere and that you haven't seen in a long time and very much looking forward to seeing. Perhaps this is someone who lost their son and this person is coming through to say, hey, I'm still here and I'm okay. Okay, this has been a tough set of letters. They've really made me work for finding the words this time. And again, if you see a word in there that I have missed, that word is for you. Decide what it means for you and perhaps, who is giving you that message. Yeah, I'm really not seeing anything else right now. So that's it for this time around. I hope there's some good messages in there for you all, and we will see you again next time. Take care.